Hello plant tribe, and welcome back to Plants, Pots, and Whatnots. My name is Nikki, for those of you who are new here, and for those of you who are returning, welcome back. It is lovely to see you as always. So today, by popular demand, I wasn't actually going to do a new houseplant tour until maybe the spring. But then somebody had asked me, so I kind of put it out to you guys in my last video whether you wanted me to do a new one or not. And it seems like the general consensus is you'd like to see one. So that is what we're doing today. I've got, you can probably tell the setup behind me is a little bit different than usual. And that's because I got a new crazy plant lady shelf, which I am in the middle of trying to decorate and tweak and get things kind of where I want them, but so far so good. I'm also in the middle of trying to decorate for fall/Halloween, so you'll see little bits and pieces of fall decor here and there. Oh, P.S. I am swiftly creeping up on 1,000 subs, which is wild. I think earlier today I had 852 or something like that, and I know I said this in my last video, but I don't, why do you guys want to hear me yammer? I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong, and I appreciate. It's just, I guess in my brain it's hard to process that. I'm like, it's not computing. Anyways, so I will stop rambling. I do want to say a huge thank you to every single one of you guys for supporting me, especially for those of you guys who have been with me since the beginning. Oh boy, you stuck through some awful videos, some awful editing, I mean, you guys know what you sat through. And I want to let you know that I appreciate that more than I can even relay to you. So thank you so much. Thank you to all my new subscribers for hopping on board, becoming part of our plant tribe, and getting ready to take a journey with us. I am super excited to hit 1K, and I can't wait for my giveaway. I have your plant on the way this week, which I'm super excited about, and then I just have to work on the deals for all of my subs in the US. Okay, so without further ado, I will stop rambling as always, and let's get on with the tour. Okay, everybody, I am going to try to make this as smooth as possible. I do record on my phone, and I don't have one of those gimbal things. I really want one, especially for situations like this, so you guys don't shake and shimmy every time I do one of these tours of any kind. So I'm going to go ahead and get started in the dining room as usual. Eli. Oh, he's gonna ignore me. Ciao. Hi. Good boy. Anyways, sorry. Back to plants. So here is my peace lily. This guy is doing actually really well. He is super shiny and fantastic. I do need to get him out of this terracotta pot, however, because what I have learned is that they are far too thirsty to be in a pot that wicks away moisture. So he will actually be going into this gray pot here shortly. I have just not gotten around to it. So that's my peace lily. He is getting quite large. Now, I used to have my little get well soon corner on the corner of my table. However, that is not conducive to family life and eating dinner, so I have moved them over here. So in the bottom there, let me get a little closer for you. This is my Cebu Blue. So these are some cuttings that I have recently potted in soil that I'm just kind of trying to keep extra light on at this point. So I've got them over here. If we look up a little, we have my Philodendron micans, which I have had nothing but problems with. So they are just there for extra, you know, love and care and TLC. I do have a couple different types of string of hearts growing over here that I was trying to propagate in water. They did grow a little bit of roots, so I threw them in some soil. However, they're not doing as well as I would like them to, so they are sitting over here. And then I have a bird's nest fern, which I believe is the Chrissy variety, if I'm not mistaken. And then up here we have a sad looking cutting from a trio star. Over here, I haven't filled these two guys in yet, not sure what to put there, but up here we do have a Philodendron Brazil. Okay, let me just back up. So in here I have some plants. I'm not going to take you out and show you all of them, but I do have some begonias in here. I do have a couple calatheas and just some propagations and that kind of thing that require a little higher light, higher moisture. So I'm not going to get too much into that. Maybe I'll do a special excuse me, sorry guys, a special video specifically on my greenhouse and kind of what I have growing in there. So moving along, pardon the clean pots. I was washing some pots today, so I do have a sink full. So here, as usual, we have some succulents. I'm not going to go through all the names because, to be honest with you, most of them I forget. I probably know half of them. But here are some of my succulents. These are most definitely not all of them, but there are some of those. Moving up here, I have my kangaroo paw fern, who's doing lovely. I do have two little propagation balls on either side here. It does get some nice light, so I just have some Adansonii and some Brazil philodendron in those. Moving around, I have my Ficus plastica. I have my Hoya carnosa crimson princess, who I desperately need to get out of this little hanging pot into a better pot, into a sunnier place, because she's just not doing anything. Here I just have a little dwarf syngonium. Sorry, my brain just fell out there for a second. Here is my little green syngonium. I'm sure there's a name for it, although I don't know what it is. We have a lipstick plant who I overwatered, so I'm trying to like bring her back, but she's doing okay. Up here is the jade from our office at work that I literally saved from the brink of death. I don't know how I brought this thing back, but there she is. And then if you look up, there is my wandering yew. So these are all hanging. Let me just back up. In my kitchen, there. Okay. Here I just have a golden pothos hanging from a lovely Amazon macrame. And then up here, I have a bunch of Monstera cuttings, Deliciosa cuttings, and you will see the mother plant here in a minute. I had to hack this plant apart, and I will explain that shortly. Okay, coming around the corner here, I don't have a whole lot of plants here right now. I do have my little globes, which I love. A lot of these plants I just recently put into soil, so some of these are new cuttings. I still have my little Hoya compacta in there, who actually has rooted, and I'm super jazzed about that. I have some cebu blue and some Tradescanthia. You know what I'm trying to say. Sabrina. Over here we have some more Brazil philodendron and some golden pothos and some string of bananas and a sad looking string of pearls. So that's pretty much all I've got going on over here at this particular moment in time. So we will come around the, oh, I just stepped on a dog toy. One of these days. Okay, so up here we have my domino peace lily, who's just blooming continually. We have my aloe and my mounted staghorn fern, who is doing great. He is starting to use his little, oh my goodness, all the words are hard today. The fronds that kind of protect the roots. See if I can get in there and show you. Not really. They are starting to come out and cover, they will eventually cover this whole piece of moss. See if I can get around and show you the other side. The other side isn't doing quite as well, which is a little bit concerning, but we'll see. Let me get some more light on the situation here. There we go. Okay. Aloe, here are this guy needs a little bit of water, but this is the two burgundy rubber trees that Jordan and I planted in the repotting challenge video. Here is a marble, neon, and golden pothos trifecta pot. Up here we have my kaffir lily, who still hasn't bloomed and is too big for that spot. Anyway, moving along. I actually had to take a bunch of plants off of this shelf because I don't know if any of you guys use these, but they don't hold up very well. As you can, I don't know if you can tell from this one, but it is leaning. We actually had one on the other side of the room. Plants actually slid right off of it. So that was not good. So we're taking a lot of these off. Pardon my sad succulents in there. I actually forget always that they're there. Here I just have a golden pothos kind of dangling down here. And I'm just going to flip over here first. So here's my Monstera deliciosa. So if you can tell, it looks sad. The reason that it looks sad is because it got thrips. I panicked. I put it outside on my back deck and then forgot about it for like 24 hours. Well, wouldn't you know, it got super sunny the next day. And after spraying it down with horticultural oil, you know, I don't know if any of you guys have ever done this, but when I was a kid, we didn't have all the fancy like tanning lotions and sprays and stuff. So we went old school, lathered ourselves in baby oil and sat out in the sun until we fried like an egg. So that is in essence what happened to this plant. I put horticultural oil on her and forgot her outside for 24 hours because I just didn't know what to do and I was panicking like an idiot. And so she got a little roasty. You know, on a good note, I haven't seen a thrip, so that's good. So thrips are god awful. If you've never had them, I honestly wouldn't wish them on my worst plant enemy. Not that I have any of those, but they are awful. They're horrible to try to deal with because they're so tiny and you can't see them and they're difficult to get rid of. But so far so good. I think I've almost nipped it in the bud. I only see like the occasional little one here and there, which I definitely can deal with. Anyways, so down there is my golden pothos going down the stairwell there. Okay, enough of the bad nasty talks. I'm gonna have to turn these lights off because you can't see anything. Hold on. Okay, so up here it looks super dark. There we go. So in the back here we have my rattlesnake calathea, or my Calathea lancifolia. We have my Calathea macuyana. This guy is the bane of my existence. My little green prayer plant, or green maranta, has been struggling so horribly. But I'm not giving up. I mean, it's still green, so that's a bonus. Here we have my strawberries and cream ficus or rubber tree, who isn't doing a whole lot. I got one new leaf, and there looks like there's another one trying to grow in there, if you can see that. I totally forgot to take this guy away, but this is my variegated Hoya, or was. This guy, I don't think was super healthy from day one. He has been struggling since I got him, so that's kind of sad and unfortunate, but it is what it is. I mean, we can't all be perfect, and unfortunately, you know, another one bites the dust. Okay, moving down a shelf. So in the back there, we have my green Maranta. It was doing quite well. It was a little leggy, so I might, I don't know, maybe propagate some of those longer bits and stick them back down in there to make it a little more full. I have my Calathea medallion, who desperately needs to be repotted. And then here I have my Syngonium radii, looking lovely and actually trailing up this post. Oh, hold on, there's more. There she is. She's gonna get roasted. Oh my goodness, where are you going? Okay, so down here I have my Ruby Ripple peperomia. One of the only peperomias that I have. As you guys know, they are not my jam. Down there I just have a few succulents that aren't doing so well, but that's a story for another day. I have a little succulent dish down in here. So coming up here, I have my little teeny tiny, cute as a button, Begonia maculata. Oops. The flowers are just so freaking cute. I can't even, like, they're so little dainty, adorable. So you guys know my friend Paula gave me this plant, and it is just doing so well. There's a new little leaf coming in there. They come in really cool. It's like, see if I can focus on it for you. There it is. They're like see-through. So, so cool. If we look here, I'll see if I can focus in on this. So you see these little nodes on the way up here? Hopefully I can go slow enough that it'll focus on them. So this is my Aglaonema pictum tricolor, who, when I got him, he had the left and right leaf there, and then this, oh, this leaf here was curled up like this one, and unfurled shortly after I got him home, and now he's got this new one and all these little nodes that are working on growing little leaves. For those of you who don't have one of these or are not overly familiar, they grow incredibly slowly. But once this guy starts to grow, he's gonna, oh, focus, holy wow. He's gonna look amazing. So I'm super excited. He's wonderful and healthy. I make sure I keep the light on him as well as a grow light, and I keep the humidity usually between 70 and 80%. Let me just move these. Okay, so back here I have my elbow. So my Monstera albo borsigiana. Oh my goodness. Nikki, get it together here. Let me just turn this guy. Okay, here we are. So there is his newest leaf, which is gorgeous. And then that is his first leaf. So he's doing really well. He's super healthy. Haven't seen anything new on him just yet, but I'm sure it is coming and I am so excited to see it. Next, here is my Monstera deliciosa Thai constellation, who is just beautiful. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see a lot of photos of this guy. So when I first got this guy, if you don't know, it had those 3 leaves. And then a couple days, actually, well, maybe a week after I got it, this guy started growing in, who was just beautiful. And then about a month later, this one came in. And now we are working on this one. So that's so exciting. Moving a little over here, we have a little echeveria. So cute, so pink. And then if we look up, we have the King Anthurium, the Anthurium veitchii. So he's doing quite well. This baby leaf that he had when I first got him, I think because of the shipping process, it kind of stunted a little bit. As you can see, it is substantially smaller than the big leaf here, but that's okay. It will start to grow again. I have no doubts, and I am not worried about it. He's doing quite well. He's super, super healthy, and I'm sure he'll be acclimatized soon here and start throwing out new leaves like crazy. Down here we have, as usual, my corn plant. He was doing okay. He's okay. He fills the space. All right, let's move around this way. Here is my, my Pilea peperomides. This guy was much more full, but I had him in a less lit area and then kind of forgot he was there. I know, bad plant parent, plant mother of the year. Anyways, but we are rectifying that. He looks great now. He's got all kinds of babies in there that I'm just going to leave in there for the time being until they get a little bit bigger and the plant gets a little more full. Yeah, but he's doing okay. Okay, if we look down here and just back up. Oh, dog bone. Seriously, I'm gonna trip and die one of these days. So we have on the top here, there is just some string of bananas propagations. So that is a big vase of water with a whole bunch of cuttings. We have my ZZ, who I don't know if it's growing or not. It just chills. It's not high maintenance. It just exists. It just is. All right, moving around here, I have these whacked out succulents that clearly are trying to get towards the window. They're all like, this way, everybody. Up here I have, oh goodness, I probably can't see it. There is my silver pothos and my satin pothos. I just kind of planted them all together for the time being until they get a little bit bigger, but they are doing much better now. I'm actually starting to get a bit of trail here, which is fabulous. Moving around, we have, it looks kind of dark, but it's actually not. My Brazil philodendron. So you can see there, he's kind of climbing. And then he's got some traily bits. He's doing great. Absolutely love this trailing plant. Is absolutely one of my favorites. Coming down here, we have a sad looking succulent planter that I just threw together really quick about a month ago, trying to save some of them. So that's a work in progress. Down here we have a begonia that I am unsure of the name of, but it is super cool. The leaves are really silvery. And that's really all I have to say about him. Coming over here, we have this ginormous cane begonia. I totally forget the name of them. Oh goodness. Yep, it's not coming to me. So if you know, go ahead and throw it in the comments for other people, because I do not recall what this baby is called, but it's super, super pretty. This is a new leaf coming in here, and as you can see, the backs of them are just red, like red, red, red. And then they have these really cool shiny speckles, and then that red backing. Beautiful. Beside that, we have my Americana Agave Americana. That was difficult. Here we have my two snake plants, my two sansevierias, who that one's just existing. This guy has thrown out some new leaves, which is great. We'll start down here at the bottom. So down here I have, oh, sorry, my bad. I have a little baby sansevieria. Here he is, he's so cute. And I have two little baby agaves. Moving up, we have my peperomia prostrata, my string of turtles. Focus! There he is. This guy battled with a little bit of a spider mite issue, so I think we've nipped that in the bud, and he's starting to bounce back a little. In here we have my, ow, broken kneecap. We have my Hoya weightii. In here we just have a little cactus garden, so I think this is like a jade golem of some kind, but it looks like a little tree. It's very bonsai. It's kind of cool. And then these guys who, I'm not sure what these two cactuses are called, or cacti. This is I believe, a type of kalanchoe. And then here we have my Hoya carnosa, who is spewing out new leaves, which is fantastic because for the longest time he did jack squat. Moving, oh, my knees. Moving up a little, we have my green Hoya compacta, who just is, although I do believe that there are, right there, I don't know if you can see those. Focus. Oh my goodness. There are two new little growth points right there, so that's kind of exciting. Here we have my, why is my brain not working tonight? Focus. Sorry about that. My Hoya pubicalix splash, I believe. And this guy's just killing it. Look at him. He's all wrapped around there. Yoink. So he's doing amazing. All kinds of new growth. He's climbing like crazy, and I love this guy. Down here we have my Hoya macrophilia, I think is how you say that. I'm still working on this whole Hoya thing. He's doing pretty good. He has one new leaf right here, and it looks like he's growing another one in here. If you can focus on that. There we go. So he's okay. He's doing all right. This focus game is not working for me tonight. Down there we just have my lithops, which still have not done diddly. Here we have my another Hoya carnosa. It's just a little bit more juvenile plant. Back here we have my Hoya Crimson Queen, who is looking super royal. I'm loving this plant. If you watched my most recent video, the top 5 plants that I'm paying most attention to, / what plants would I save in a zombie apocalypse, you would see that this plant is definitely on my list of plants that I have been paying more attention to lately that have been just doing really well. It's just, she's awesome. She's growing like crazy. And then here we have my variegated, I think this is Hoya Carrii Albo Variegata, I believe. And as you can see, this is a new leaf here. And then this teeny tiny little guy, like how cute is that? Super adorable. So cute. Okay, and I won't forget this guy because I always do. Let me back up. Focus. Come on now. There we go. So there is my string of bananas who got a haircut semi-recently. And then I forgot to water. So he's not looking the best. I just watered and fertilized him. So I'm hoping he bounces back a little. I might have to, what I plan on doing actually is taking all those propagations you saw earlier and actually putting them into the top here just to create a more full look. And so that will fill the plant out a little better. Okay, moving around, here is my Dieffenbachia. It's got like that new leaf. I don't know if you can tell, but that new leaf is ginormous. Like, no, you can't, I can't reach it to show you my hand comparison, so you're gonna have to trust me, but those leaves are probably a good foot long. Yeah. Crazy. Up here we have my heartleaf philodendron. I'm gonna have to back up for this guy. So this is my spider plant. You may remember him from the bathroom. This is the one that Jordan was weirded out by because it watched him shower. He just got way too big for that bathroom corner. So now he is sitting up here on the top of this shelf. All right, let's come in here. So here we have, let me just take this guy out so you can see him. So this is my Hoya Matilde. Focus, there you go. And it's doing like super well. As you can see, it's throwing out all kinds of new little shoots everywhere and tiny new leaves. I really, really like this guy. This is probably one of my favorite Hoyas. This caladium doesn't really know what it wants to do. But he's, you know, he's going to be going dormant here soon, so I'm not going to kill myself over it. Although it does have this new ginormous new leaf coming in. Behind there, you can see a couple of euphorbias. Don't recall the name. I apologize. Down here, we just have a little seaweed blue cutting. My whalefin sansevieria, who I love. So, so cool looking. Love that plant. And then we have my Hoya obovata, which has a new leaf here. I think that's it. Okay, moving down. We have a little teeny tiny Aglaonema. I do not know the name of this guy, and I apologize. If you do know, again, go ahead and throw it down in the comments. But I've been eyeing this guy in the big form for a long time, but they're like $35, $40, and I'm just not willing to pay that much for it. So I saw this guy. He's super cool, super little. Look at those stems. If I could focus, you could see those stems. They're like the coolest baby pink color. Anyway, so I saw this guy and I had to pick him up. He'll grow. There is the devil plant. This is the Calathea White Star, who I have been struggling with almost since the day I got it. It's not dead yet. I don't know how. I'm trying. It's not working, but I'm trying. Back there we have a little, oh, what is it called? Something claw. Echeveria. I don't remember. Shoot. It'll come to me eventually. Here is my neon pink syngonium. Doing quite lovely. I'm going to have to move him out of there though, because he's now touching the top. Down here we have this Tenanthe. When I bought it, I thought it was a Burley Marks, but it is not. It is a no. Ah, shoot, I forget. Sorry, guys. Again, if you know what it is, throw it down in the comments for myself and everyone else. I would appreciate that. It will probably come to me eventually as well. Here is Gus Jr. doing lovely, as always. It is getting nighttime, so he's starting to kind of like, you know, fall down and think about going to sleep. Here we have my Bonnie spider plant, who is actually starting to get a little bigger. Here, we have my, let me get around here, Philodendron mammy. So that is his original leaf. This is his new wonky leaf that was opening when I got it. So that's like a shipping leaf. And then if we look around here, we have a brand new leaf coming in there. How cool is that? So excited for that one to open. So there is my Philodendron mammy. Over here we have my Syngonium podophyllum albo variegatum. Nailed it! So this guy's doing really well. You also saw him featured in one of my most recent videos. This is his new leaf coming in. I don't know if my plants realize that it's fall, but they're spitting out new leaves like it was spring. Sorry guys, I'm trying to focus on this thing and it's not. Oh, there we go. So I think this guy's gonna have a lot of white. So super excited. Anyway, yeah, so my plants don't realize that it's fall and they're just spitting out new leaves like nobody's business. Here is another Stromanthe. It's a sanguine, something of that nature. Again, I think I expressed in my last tour video, this guy is kind of like meh. To me, it's one of those plants that I should probably pass on to someone who could appreciate it more, because it's not really one that sparks joy for me anymore. Coming across here, we have my adorable, as always, little peperomia, watermelon peperomia, sorry. Goodness, I'm having a hard time today. I have two little cacti here. My little Monstera candle holder, so cute. Thank you, Walmart. Here we have my Philodendron Birkin. Now, what I will share with you guys about this guy, I learned the hard way. He has actually got, he's missing two leaves. I used to have one there and another one over here, and this guy isn't doing so hot. So what I did learn is these guys, no matter what the mix ratio, do not like horticultural oil. So if you get one of these guys, I would try to avoid using that on them. Try other methods first, and maybe try it on an older leaf first before you go ahead and try it on any newer leaves. Fortunately, the newer leaves were robust enough that they were able to withstand it. But I mean, they're definitely not ideal. So I just wouldn't risk it. I definitely won't do that again. So, you know, you live and you learn. You kill plants, you move on. Don't make the same mistake twice, or at least that's the theory. All right, here we have my, oh, I'm gonna have to back up. My Monstera adansonii, who is climbing like crazy. Hold on, that's too much light. Oi. Okay, so anyways, he is climbing this post that I made. Whew. He is doing quite well. Sorry about the light, guys. Hold on. Okay, so Monstera adansonii, super tall. So this is the narrow form, by the way. Rocking it. Down here is my most liked Instagram plant. This is my Alocasia Frydek, who, as you can see, is just like ridiculous, gorgeous, drool-worthy, with that vein that looks like it's glowing. This is his newest leaf. You can tell there the difference between the greens. So the bright green on the left obviously is the newer leaf, and then when they age a little bit, they turn to this darker, kind of like a forest green as opposed to this brighter emerald color. Equally stunning. There she is in her entirety. Okay, down here we have a little pearls and jade pothos who is starting to grow quite well. Very happy about that. I do love pothos. Back here we have a parallel peperomia and a peperomia I can never remember the name of. You guys know how I feel about peperomias. I'm not purposely forgetting about them. I've got to move them actually. They're not in a good spot. So here we have another little echeveria. Don't recall what that one was called. Actually, I don't recall what either one of these were called, to be totally honest with you. There's just so many of them and they all look so similar. It's kind of difficult sometimes. So here is pink princess philodendron. This was a leaf that it tried to ship with. So the leaf is, it's not burnt. It's not browning or anything like that. But I think it's just because it was in a box for a bit with that leaf. It's just not going to turn pink like it should. But it's really healthy. It's growing a couple new leaves. So I'm not worried about this plant in the slightest. Back here we have my Philodendron Florida Ghost Mint, who has quite a few new leaves coming out. Ooh, there is the one that you can see opening right here. There is another one right here who's working on it. It's got the whole Cinderella foot in the shoe thing going on there. Yeah, so that is her. Then we have my Anthurium clarinervium, who last plant tour, that leaf in the back there was its newest, and then just the other day we saw this little guy poking its head out from the bottom. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this. This is the newest leaf on my clarinervium. These leaves are like the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. Adorbs. So that's really exciting because for the longest time this plant did nothing. And now I think we're at a place where he's comfortable enough in my care to show his true colors and start spitting out new leaves, which is fantastic. Okay, if we go up here a little bit, here is my, oh goodness, my mic is mapped around my Frydek. There we go. So this is the Queen Anthurium, or the Anthurium warquenum. So this is the dark form. It's kind of, the light makes a little, there we go. So this is the full leaf that it came with. There is another one to the back there. And then we have this little guy who has been here forever. Sorry, this little guy. I'm hoping that eventually this guy gets kick-started and starts growing. But so far we've just kind of kept her happy and alive. But she isn't happy enough just yet to start putting out new leaves. So we will be patient because it will be worth it when it comes. To the back there we have a little watermelon Dieffenbachia who's finally growing. And then over here, woo, we have my Philodendron Atabapoense, who's doing great. There is a new leaf looking like it's going to start coming out over here quite soon. So that's really exciting. Love the color on the back of these leaves. And even it almost looks like variegation on the front. The light's coming through the back, so it looks like it's yellow, but it's really not. It's green, I promise. But I love the coloring. It's like a burgundy. They're just gorgeous. Up here we have the very first Monstera that I ever got, and he doesn't get, okay, I swear that is not flashing. Unfortunately, he doesn't get a whole lot of attention up there. I actually was going to bring him down today and then I forgot. So I will have to do that. P.S. For any of you who have a Lavoit, mine constantly says 90. It is not flashing in real life. It's just because the digital screen can't keep up with it. So it's just constantly at, that is the first time I've seen it change. But I assure you it is not 89 in here. But I can't get it to set on auto anymore. If you know anything about these, or if you had one that has the same problem, let me know. I can't set it on auto because it just constantly thinks the humidity is higher than it is. Anyway, there's that. Okay, coming down here. Here is my Fiddle fig. And these two leaves are brand new within the last couple of days. Very exciting, so cute. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know that this guy is new. I was able to get my hands on a ficus audrey, who's gorgeous. So happy when I saw that this lady on garage sale had this plant for sale. And she knows me. I've messaged her and got plants from her before, but I messaged her immediately. I was like, yes, please, yes, please. So she's like, okay, Nikki, relax. So she put it on hold for me and I was like, there. Okay, moving over here. So this is my Philodendron Prince of Orange. I am having the struggle of a lifetime with the Prince of Orange and my Moonlight. I had them in highlight. They didn't like that. Right now I've kind of got them in like, I would call it kind of low light. Here, let me back up. You can kind of see where it is. Like it gets, I don't know, light-ish. But it doesn't seem to matter where I put these guys. They just don't do well. So if you guys have any tips for these guys, I seem to be able to make the big philodendrons happy, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong with these ones. I mean, they're alive, but they're by no means what I would call thriving. Okay, we're just going to work back and forth here. So next we have my neon philodendron, or lemon lime philodendron. Neon philodendron, I believe, is what they call those. Down there, I took apart my trio star and I stuck all the cuttings in water. It had a gnarly case of spider mites, so I lost a lot of the plant. Those things are the devil. Up here, we have my cute little pink Fittonia, who I have finally figured out the care for, and I actually love this plant now. I was going to get rid of her and then I figured her out and now she's not going anywhere. And then we have my variegated peperomia obtusifolia. Focus. Thank you. And then down here we have my garden variety household Anthurium. Here is my Moonlight philodendron. There are two leaves in here. That leaf that you can see, that big one there, this guy, is the same one that was trying to open on my last plant tour. What am I doing wrong? Seriously. I don't get it. It's driving me crazy. All right, coming up here, we have my little pixie peperomia, who is okay. She's all right. Back there, I have the Tradescanthia, Sabrina, I think is what it's called. We're doing well. I wish I had got this guy open, but he is starting to fold up for the evening. but this is my variegated green Maranta. And you see these two leaves are just crazy. They're very, very cool. The variegation on these are beautiful. Some of them are really white, like these. Some of them come in like almost like a lime yellow color or lemon yellow color. Lime yellow. Oh boy. Here is my neon pothos. Oh, it's Jordan and I. Hi. Here is my string of hearts. Yoink. Here is my Monstera Peru. It was doing really well. I think it had like 4 leaves when I first got it. And so this leaf, this leaf, this leaf, this leaf, this leaf, and the one behind it are new. So he's doing super great. Here is my pink princess philodendron. So there are actually 3 plants in here. This guy is another one that I'm struggling with. I don't know what it is with those climbing philodendrons. I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. So this guy, I think I might actually repot here shortly. I don't know. If you guys have any tips or tricks for these 3 guys, please let me know. I would obviously love to not kill them, and I'm not sure what it is that I'm doing wrong. So I need some help. If you can help me, please let me know down in the comments. Thanks. Okay, moving up. Okay, here we have my little string of nickels. He was doing cute. He's doing okay. He just grows really slow. Here we have my Philodendron verrucosum melanochrysum. That is his newest leaf. I got this guy a week ago, I think. And if I can get in there and show you, he has a new leaf coming already. Woo! That's exciting. But that plant is gorgeous. Here we have my Anthurium Variegated. So if you recall, this leaf and that leaf in the back right there, and then one other leaf I had when I got it, and then this baby came out, and that leaf, although it may not appear that way right now, is actually bigger than my head. And then this is his newest leaf. So it's just starting to harden now. Huge. Okay, and here is my Monstera adansonii round form. Pardon that half leaf. That leaf was unfurling and shipping, and we all know what happens when there's a leaf that unfurls and shipping. 9 times out of 10 it doesn't make it, or it stunts or gets deformed, but that's okay. Now, this is my new baby, who there's been some controversy around. So this is my Philodendron gloriosum. I don't know if I can get tall enough to actually have you see all the leaves properly. I'm sorry. If you follow me on Instagram, I know I've said that a zillion times tonight, there are some stunning photos of this guy. You can kind of see him in all of his glory. So what I do want to mention, so these plants, as I stated to you when I potted this guy, they have really shallow root systems. They're crawlers as opposed to climbers. So they kind of crawl along the forest floors. So I got quite a few messages with from some of you guys who are very concerned that I had this planted too deep. The stolon is right here, and literally it is under a very, very thin layer, like maybe this much soil. As long as you have a light, airy mix and you're not super heavy-handed on the watering, it's fine to have the stolon covered. I did quite a bit of digging. I also was back and forth with Bryce and Christian from House of Monstera because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't crazy and that I did have it planted correctly. Sure enough, they confirmed. Also, they did a little bit of digging themselves just to verify and be extra sure. And they did find an article that I guess a very reputable aroid enthusiast had advised something very similar, is that as long as the mix is really airy and you don't have it, a foot below the soil, then it will be fine. So rest assured, my gloriosum will be fine. I very much appreciate, however, all of the helpful advice that was sent to me. Okay, moving along here, we have my little variegated string of hearts that is growing so slow. So slow. But it's cute. And I'm patient, so he'll be fine. Now I have the hiccups. Super. Let me back up here a little. So here is my Philodendron Florida Beauty, who is just, this is honestly one of my favorite plants. It's just so gorgeous. Look at those leaves. Love, love, love. And what I do want to show you guys, because I think this is super, super cool. And if you don't have one of these, I'm not sure if you would know that, but these stems, they're not hairy, but number one, they're red, which I think is so, so neat, but they're bumpy, I guess I would call it. But look, they're so neat. I know it's not focusing very well. There you go. But I love those. This one reminds me of a strawberry. So cute. Anywho, moving along, we are almost done this tour. Here is just a little Pilea peperomia baby. If we can focus, there we go. And if we look way up, this is my ginormous Philodendron billieti. And as you can see, if you followed me for any length of time, you'll know that this guy started poking out a couple weeks ago. And if you can see that, let me just go around this leaf here. That is the new leaf. Oh my gosh, focus. Look at that. So exciting. So this is actually the first time I will have seen one of these actually come out with a new leaf. So I'm very curious and intrigued about how they actually come out of the stem there. I just think that's so, so cool. So there is my Philodendron billieti. So let me just back up and I will give you an overview. Hopefully I don't walk into anything here. Okay, so there is that wall. Here is what it looks like from over here. This whole area right here is a work in progress. I'm going to rip these shelves out. And I don't know. I need some new shelving. My problem has been I need shelving that has taller shelves in between. Like, where's my finger? So in between here and here, I need it to be taller so I can fit some of my taller plants, like my Anthurium. But anyway, that's a work in progress. All right, guys, so there was my fall 2019 houseplant tour. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, or like I said before, if you remember any of the names of plants that I forgot, go ahead and throw them down in the comments for others. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you really like this video and you're enjoying my content, please go ahead and subscribe. It's a huge help to the channel, and we really appreciate it. We are so close to 1K, and I am so close to giving away some stuff. So go ahead and hit the subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notify bell so that you will get notified when I do post. Yeah, and I think that's about all I have to yammer on about this evening. So I hope you have a good day, night, week, month, year, and I will see you in the next one. Blah.